All right, so I'm working on a 2011 Countryman, or I'm sorry, a Clubman. This is the S. This will be similar to the other ones with the back door or the dual open door, as you can see, just like this. Customer complaint: the right side door opens, but then the driver's side doesn't open. I guess the rear would be called the boot. So what powers that is going to actually be the junction box. And the junction box has a little relay that's built inside of it that has like a little module. So once that module gets power energized, then that will send a signal to the yellow wire, and then the yellow wire will obviously power up the lock and then open the lock for the left door. Door handle and everything was all working out perfectly fine. The only thing is I wasn't getting power to it. Tested out everything, made sure I had a continuity test. I had to chase out the wire because for some other reason, when I was looking on demand, they didn't want to point out where that wire was. So I had to kind of like pull it a little bit. But yeah, long story short, I'm going to show you how to power up the power lock instead of spending probably about like what, a couple thousand just for the, I think it's like around like $600 for that little unit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and save my customer money on that. So it's just gonna get them on the labor on that part. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do that, and we're gonna go ahead and start this video after the intro. But if you haven't already, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions. If you have any suggestions on this video, and then hit that subscribe button down below for more upcoming videos in the future. So first thing what we're gonna need, basically you're gonna need a few of these. Let's say about, let's say 10. Just get 10 to be on the safe side, just in case if you need to make some extra wiring or something. So you need to have this is the male version. The female version is the one that hugs this. I already used them all up. So let's just say the female version, kind of use this. So the female version, we're going to be using it for this power relay. I literally ran out of the female version. I thought I had a whole bunch more, but guess not. I actually used the little T-splice. That will work too as well. I know it doesn't look as clean, but I mean, it's 11 o'clock at night. So I just wanted to make sure that this worked because I need to get this car out in the morning for my customer. So have the whole thing torn all apart, so I got to get everything all back together. So wrapping it up, I had a relay. You can grab these at the junkyard or go get these at the auto parts store. So every time I go to the junkyard, I get a few of these, and just in case for a customer that they all need them. Well, I got one for a Volkswagen, but I'm using a 40 amp, so it's 12 volt 40 amp. You're not gonna need that much amperage to power up the lock. So basically you're gonna need one consistent 12 volts. So we're gonna have our little part right here. So let's read it. If I can see, get the focus. Sorry, it's white. So this is how it actually is. So right there, I don't know if you can see that. So 85, I believe that's gonna be our, sorry, I only have red. So if you actually have these color coded, so we're gonna go ahead and do 85. So 85 is gonna be our ground wire. So for my ground wire, so let's say, so for my ground wire, I popped this guy right out. Then I used, as you can see, I tried tapping into the power socket, but it didn't work. So I used the red, white, the red and black with the dotted. I used that as my my ground. If not, if you don't want to use that as your ground, you can make your own ground and drill into the chassis with the self-tapping screw, and then you have like a little hook that will just clamp that down. The next thing, sorry, so that's our ground. So 85 is going to be our ground, and then 80, I think it's 30. Yeah, so this one's 30. That's going to be our consistent 12 volts. So right here it has like a little power light. Now, the only reason why I'm doing the whole power light issue is because if someone comes and tries to open the door, they can open it. That's the only reason why I'm doing it right there. So the only time when you open the door, so if you open this door, that light will illuminate. And once that light illuminates, you'll be able to power up this whole system and you'll be able to unlock it. So that's the reason why I was going to go with that. But like I said, that's why I was like, that didn't work out. So I didn't want the whole door to be open. So that's what was my best option. Now, next thing, what I did was we need a, so we got our ground and our power. So 30 is going to be our power. I mean, was it 80? Yeah, 30 is going to be our 12 volts consistent. 85 is going to be our ground. And then, what number is that? I think it's 86. So 86 is going to be our signal wire. So our signal wire is going to go straight to our switch. So our switch is going to be our door handle. So obviously when we press this, we're going to basically give it like a little signal. So you need to make this into a little series. I basically powered this signal. So this needs to be on one end, needs to be 12 volts. And then on the other end, once you press the contact, so once you press the handle, it'll create a series. It'll create a closed loop. So closed loops means, let's say you have two connections. So, you know, like a scissors. Closed loop is when the scissors touching, and open loop is when it's open. Basically, when we need 12 volts to run through this whole thing and energize that. So once we close that switch, it'll send power from here all the way to this wire. So I had to power that. This wire is normally power, the blue one, but I think the integrated control module is not letting me set it up because I have the ground disconnected, because if I have power to the ground, obviously I'm going to fry the thing even worse than what it is. So just keep those both disconnected as it is. You don't have to pop out this pin. I'm actually going to pop that guy back out. I'm going to run this. This is just a mock-up. I'm going to run this through all right here. I'm going to tear all this all up, run it right through there. Like I said, it's just a mock-up so I can show you how I did it so you can get a pretty good view. I did the same wire, 12 volts right there. And then, so our signal wire, this will be our signal switch. So yeah, so this 86 is our signal switch. And then once, so we got our power, ground, right here, our little switch right here. So once we hit that switch, that's going to energize it's going to magnetize the little coil, and then it's going to send power to this wire right here. So what number is that? I should have got a different one. So I think that's 67. Where was it? So that's 87. So that's going to power up the 87. And then that 87, we're going to tap into the yellow. So one's going to be ground and one's going to be yellow. All right, positive. Like I said, my positive's not working, so I don't really care. I still have it integrated with the whole damn module, so I haven't disconnected anything. So we're going to go ahead and close this guy right up. And then, as you can see, I'm going to press, as you can see, and you can hear it actuate. So, bam, just like that. yeah, so I mean, like I said, the setup is pretty simple. I know you should be color coded. I mean, I have some extra wires laying around from another car. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. The relay you can set around. I'd wrap tape around it so we don't get these guys anywhere it should be. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, after you're done, set those right aside. We'll have these looped up right through here so we can make sure it's pretty clean work. All right, so here's a little update on it. So here's like the final product. So we got this guy right in. So let's say we close this. When we open it, voila. Don't worry, this is not going to be in the way. It's just a quick thing. I just wanted to show you guys. I did change one of the wires because I wasn't getting a good ground. So I wasn't getting a good ground from this guy right here, from the black red. So what I did was I made my own ground. So I got a self-tapping screw. And then for the one that I used, I got like a little right here. I used one of those. Crimped that down, drilled it right in there. And then for this guy, you'll pull this guy right back and you'll pull this right out. You're gonna cut the black wire. You're gonna have to run one wire in here because the brown wire actually ties in with another wire. I think it ties in with the red green. So those are, I believe, our power. But I could have sworn I might be having an issue with the wiring or something. But long story short, I don't think those should be touching or anything. So, but either way, the module's fried itself because it ain't producing any voltage. So once we get right there, only the one wire is going to be right here. So you're going to pull this like down. So pull it down and then pull that right down. I was able to get the wire just to like right here in this area. Then I made a small cut. Don't worry, I'm going to go ahead and put like a little, it's like a flex glue so no water can pass through right there. It's like a little silicone. So we're going to go ahead and use black. And then right here, this little connector, not on the other side, but on the harness that goes to the door itself. So that'll be the bottom piece. I cut that wire right there, the black one, and then I made that go right over there. It's gonna be our little signal switch. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this a little bit down more. All right, so got that cut down just like that, where it's not gonna show. And then I believe I had to switch the pin backwards. So I had to pop this guy right out. You need like a really fine needle nose. So you'll pull this out and then you'll switch this pin over there. And the way how you're gonna switch the pin, if you don't want to do the whole switch in the pin, you can actually tap it right here on the black one itself. I just did it right there, so we're on there. No, you do need to tap it because we need this as our signal wire. All right, so when we're gonna pop this guy off, we'll just go ahead and stick our finger right in there. And then right here, there's like a little clip. So we'll go ahead and just pop this guy right off. Oh, snaps. Well, that one broke because I kept opening it up too much, but I'll go ahead and put back that in place. So right here, as you can see, as I'm trying to pull it, it doesn't want to come out. So right here, you're going to go ahead and push that down. And then you see right there that how it popped out. And just like that. And then we're going to go, I think it was on pin number 1, so we're going to move that on the bottom one. And make sure we're locked in. We'll just go ahead and put this back. And then just like that, All right, cool. Now, one thing, since I'm kind of putting everything back together, I did notice that this sucker's glued in, so try to refrain yourself from taking it off. I believe there's two T30s, and then from up on top, you can like just pry this right back in, like dig it right in and put that back in. So I'm gonna have to go get some glue that sucker right in, and yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna have it all wired in. Make sure all this is back. So, and then we'll go ahead and wrap the relay. And yeah, so we don't hear no rattle. So every time the customer hits a bump or something, so that they won't notice. But yeah, so if this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions, and hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future. And thanks for watching.